Hey guys, how's it going today? Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. And yeah, it's been a while. I've just been busy. There's my stutter, if you guys missed that. It's definitely been a busy month, but it's all been good. Had a lot of shoots, had a lot of projects, so everything's good on that front. Just need to get back into that making a video mode. So, thought that it would be fun today to kind of give you guys a breakdown of a starter kit if you were looking into getting into real estate photography. Now, the stuff that I'm going to show you today, it might not be the cheapest of gear, but this is gear that will last you a long time until you need to reinvest in yourself. The whole point of it is that you're going to be using this stuff to make money. So you're investing in yourself and you're investing in your business. Once you start adding up the dollars, you might find out that, yeah, the barrier to entry in photography can be pretty expensive. We're not going to be looking at top of the line gear. I think that there's so many good cameras out there that have been even made in the last like 10 years that can still compete today and can still produce incredible images. There's a lot of cameras out there that for real estate photography, it's just overkill and something that you don't need. So you don't need to go out there and have the most expensive camera body with the most expensive lenses. The stuff that I'll show you today is stuff that I was using 2 years ago when I got started. So yeah, I just kind of want to give you guys a breakdown of that. So enough talking, let's just jump right into it. So a couple of camera bodies that I like, and I'm just going to show you guys on the Sony end of things because I'm a Sony fanboy and I love Sony cameras. I think that the bang for your buck beats every other camera brand out there. So starting with this camera here, we have the Sony a6000 mirrorless camera. So this is an APS-C sensor, so you have the crop sensor there. Super lightweight and super affordable for what you get. So under $900, you're getting a 24 megapixel sensor. You're getting very good autofocus. You get full HD 1080p quality of 24 frames per second, and it looks like 60 frames per second. So you don't need 4K video for real estate. You can definitely get away with 1080p real estate. There's still a lot of real estate media professionals who use 1080 and export at 1080. So don't think that you need 4K for real estate. Sometimes it's a little bit overkill, especially if it's your barrier to entry. 1080p is definitely good enough. This is just a great lightweight camera that would be fantastic for you to start out with. Another camera that I would recommend is the Sony a6400. So again, you're getting that small camera body, you're getting that APS-C sensor, so that crop sensor. You're still getting 24 megapixels with this camera. One thing that this camera is a little bit more expensive, but you do get 4K video. So again, like if that's something that is like super interesting to you definitely have to pay for it. It does offer 4K video in 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. I'm assuming that at the 30 frame per second that there is a little bit of a crop that would happen to your image. This camera body might last you a little bit longer than the a6000 just because of that 4K video. If that's just something that you really want. What makes these cameras so great is the small and compact size of it. So your camera bag is going to be super light. You just have a small compact camera body that is just super portable and you're never going to be concerned about the weight of it. One thing about these cameras with the Sony Alpha series and their crop sensor, the batteries are super small. So when you do video with these cameras, you're probably going to need to have a couple of batteries just in case. So that's just another cost to have. But if you're getting into real estate photography, you kind of want to cover your ass. So moving on to the lens. So the lens that I have experience with and the lens that I would recommend, especially for real estate photography, would be the Sony 10-18 f4 lens. This is an amazing lens and I use this lens for 2 years and it's absolutely fantastic. The reason why it would be a 10-18 millimeter lens is because you're putting that on a crop sensor camera like the a6400. So that means that your image is going to be cropped 1.5 times because of the sensor size. Even though the lens is 10-18 millimeters, it's actually like 15 to like 28 or something like that. Math? 26? I don't know. What is it? 27, right in the middle. Oh, numbers. But yeah, this lens is absolutely fantastic, especially for real estate photography. You do not need an f2.8 lens. Majority of the time, you're going to be taking photos at around f8 or f7.1 so that you have the whole image and the whole room in focus. If you're taking a photo that has like the family room and then it can see into the kitchen, you don't want the kitchen to be out of focus. You want everything in focus. So you're always going to be shooting at a pretty high aperture, so you don't really need those low f-stop numbers. Even now when I'm shooting video, I find that I'm shooting a lot lot of video at around f5, and I find that the focus and keeping everything in focus in terms of my video, it all works out. Very, very rarely do I ever go below f4, and that's for like super detailed shots. Like 99% of the time, you're gonna be shooting at f4 and above, so not really worth it to me, but this lens is absolutely fantastic. But you know, getting that wide angle, you know, you're still paying a good amount of dollars for it. Next, let's talk about tripods. I personally have experience with K&F. They're good tripods. I still use one. I have one in my car. I have one that is holding this camera right here. They are good, but I do just want to, you know, let you guys know and specify, tripods is definitely not something that you want to cheap out on. You're putting your camera on this thing and you're trusting that it's going to always hold it and it's going to be robust enough that when you're moving around, especially with real estate photography, you're picking it up and you're putting it down a bunch of different times throughout the day. Definitely do not want to cheap out on it. These are options. I'm going to show you guys the one that I have, and then, you know, do with it as you want. You're putting a lot of trust in this tripod with your camera that, you know, you've put possibly thousands of dollars into it, so don't really want to mess that up and cheap out on it. But K&F, you know, I've had really good experiences with them. These are great. The only thing, this ball head and this head system that they have, it's okay. Definitely not my favorite. I actually use a different head system that I can show you guys. This head system is fine. It's just not as quick and sturdy as I would like it just being all plastic. I prefer like the metal ones. It just gives me a little bit more confidence in it. But you know, this option for, you know, $76, not too bad. You have this other option here, a little bit more expensive for $110. I think it's just better metal, aluminum, travel, outdoor. I don't know. I don't really know the difference. I'll be honest. You know, just different options. This is the one that I have. This looks like a little bit of like a newer version, but same idea. Mine looks the exact same. It has the monopod feature. It folds up just the same. Just this part looks a little bit different. This is a great tripod. It folds up really small. It's super portable, super lightweight, especially if you guys are using like one of those entry-level cameras that I showed you, like that Sony a6400. This is a fantastic tripod for it. You're not going to notice much camera movement when you're touching the camera. It would still fall into that lightweight category and lightweight camera bag thing that you'd be looking for. I'm going to actually pull up tripod head I use. This is very similar to the one that I have. I don't know if I can find the exact one. Manfrotto is just like the cream of the crop when it comes to camera tripods. These quick release plates and these ball heads, they just give me so much more confidence being just all metal and knowing my camera just going to be secure. It's just how I feel about it. With the plastic and stuff, it just doesn't instill a lot of confidence in me. I'll leave it at that. Now, the next thing that you're going to need with your cameras is some SD cards. These SD cards from Sandisk, they're absolutely fantastic. These ones are great. You have a really good read and write speed. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I have this one. I've used these ones before and they're phenomenal. You're probably going to want to have at least two of them just in case, you know, in case one breaks and you're scrambling for another one, or in case, you know, you get busy enough and you have one card that's full and you don't really want to format it and you can just plug your other one in. I would just always have at least two on me, especially just starting out. But yeah, holds everything you need, does everything you need. Now, the next couple of items that I want to talk about, they're not needs, especially just getting into real estate photography. If you want to just start off taking photos, you can do that with just this setup. What you can do is take HDR photos. So what you're going to do is go into your camera and take bracketed photos. So it would take 2 stops below 0, 1 at 0, and then 1 at +2 over the exposure. And what you can do is you can blend those images together. The things that we will go over next, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some gimbals. So if you're doing a do video, this gimbal is what keeps your camera steady and what holds it steady when you're taking a video, so you're not getting much camera shake and your footage is just nice and smooth. I'm going to show you guys some drones and a couple of other things that I can't remember right now. This was my first gimbal that I used. I actually still have it. I'll show you guys. So hopefully you guys would be a little bit nicer to your gear than I was. Come on. I have like dents and scratches. Like, I don't even have a power button because it fell out. Other than me being a little bit too rough with this thing, this gimbal is fantastic. It did everything I need. It handled that Sony. I was using a Sony a6500, which it's the same thing. Honestly, I don't even know what the difference is between that. I was using that camera, and with this gimbal combo, it was absolutely fantastic. It was definitely, this gimbal can handle a lot more weight than that camera, so you know, I had no issue staying steady and giving me like, I wasn't really getting shaky footage out of it. Yeah, just a good solid gimbal, super lightweight, so you're not too stressed out. I have nothing but good things to say about this gimbal. I would definitely recommend it if you're just getting started with video and using one of these cameras. Yeah, it's just a fantastic gimbal to use. Highly recommend this gimbal here. Let's start talking about some drones. Love me a good drone day. Drones are fantastic, drones are great. You just have to keep in mind with a few things of it. So, and this is going to be different for everyone, but for where I am in Canada, this drone, specifically this one, the Mini 2 SE, okay, less than 249 grams. So what that means is that in Canada, you do not need a drone license to fly this. It does not meet the requirements to have a license because it is too light. So that's a good thing, and they made this drone for more casual users, but you can definitely use this for any sort of professional work that you're doing. It records 2.7K video, which is fantastic. It's still really great quality. It's not necessarily 4K, but still really good. The video transmission, so you get about 10 kilometers of range, which is really good. Your battery lasts about 31 minutes in flight time. Now that has a huge caveat on it. That 31 minutes is assuming that there is zero wind and nothing's going on and you're leaving your drone just up in the air, and I feel like you're not yet taking a single photo or you're not recording any clips. Drone batteries go really fast. I don't know. Once you start taking video and once you start doing all the stuff and you're flying around and maybe you mess up a shot and you have to go back and redo it, that 30 minutes of flight time really quickly goes down. This isn't the drone that I have, but I would get this Fly More combo, and the reason why is because you get a nice carry bag and you get 2 extra batteries plus the charger. That is huge. I've been on shoots where I've used all 3 batteries before and I've had to go inside the house, like recharge my battery, do some other stuff, and then go back outside. I think if you're looking at getting a drone and you're in a business setting, I would highly recommend just getting the Fly More. You get a lot more stuff with it. Another option that you can do, and this is a little bit more expensive, just the drone itself is right here. So this is just the Mini 3, so it's a little bit newer. You get 4K video, and now it's 38 minutes of flight time. Especially with these minis, something that I didn't say in the previous one, because they're minis and because they're under 249 grams, you really have to keep track of the wind speed and the wind gusts for that day. If it's really windy, when you put this mini up in the air, there's a chance that the wind takes it and you can't get it back because of just how lightweight it is. So I think, let me see here, Mini 3 is resistant to 38 kilometer per hour winds. That's actually a lot more than I thought, but that is really high. Like anything in the 30s, I start to get concerned. Sometimes I won't take my drone as high if I know it's that windy. Yeah, I don't know. When it's really windy, just be super cautious. This drone came out actually right after I bought mine, and I was kind of pissed because they came out with vertical shooting, so you can take photos like that was made for social media, and you can record video that was made for social media, for like TikToks and Reels. And I just was annoyed because this came out like a month after I bought mine, and I think this one would have been worth it. Yeah, those would be 2 drones that I recommend. And with those drones, obviously you need another SD card. This is the SD card that I use for my drone. It's fantastic. I recommend. Now with real estate photography, I like to use flash. I think the final images come out better. I think you get better colors. I think the images pop. Definitely not needed, but if that's something that you would want to get into, these are flashes that I still use. This is the exact flash that I carry in my camera bag. These are great flashes. Yongnuo Speedlights. They're fantastic. The price has definitely gone up, so you know, thumbs up to inflation, but great flashes. The only thing to keep in mind with these guys is that they take 4 AA batteries. If you're looking at this particular flash, buy reusable AA batteries or else you will go broke. With this flash though, you do need the flash. I think this is the last thing I'm going to show you guys, I think. A camera bag. So you definitely just want something to just carry your camera bag in. Maybe you can put all of your camera gear just in one spot, you know, just have a bag. I don't know, a bag of your stuff. That's about it. These are just bags that I just quickly searched up. So this bag here seems good. You can divvy it up into different compartments. The blue one, you know, you save an extra $1. I think that blue color is still really nice. But yeah, this would fit more than enough of what you need, especially when you're just getting started. This camera bag here, again, you can kind of see the theme with camera bags. They just make sure that you can divvy up a bunch of stuff. Like this has like 5 lenses in it, plus the camera with a lens on it. So, you know, you get the rain cover, you get a tripod holder. That about covers it. So, stop that screen recording. If you guys did like today's video, I would really appreciate it if you did. Oh, caught myself. Other items that you will need. You can see that the dollar signs just add up. You will need to have Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop. That is what I recommend. Those are the editing softwares that I use. And then you're gonna need a laptop and or a computer to edit everything on. Maybe one more thing, but you'll need a little hard drive. So this is just a Sandisk SSD. This one is a 2 terabyte one. You'll need something to back up your photos. Now that about sums it up. So hopefully I was able to give you guys a little bit of insight into a starter kit and kind of breaking it down step by step of what you need. I think that's about everything. So hope you guys did enjoy today's video. It's been a long time since I've recorded a horizontal video. This is, I think, I've recorded like 6 or 7 reels today plus this video, so just a strict content day for me, but right after this video, time to start editing it all. So, hope you guys did like today's video. If you did, I would love it if you guys hit that like button and then hit that subscribe button because we're gonna grow this channel. We are this close to 100 subscribers. I was at 90 and then I dropped to 89. So we're 11 people away from 100. It would be fantastic if we could hit that. With that being all said, hope you guys have a fantastic day and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.